They don't eat well and they don't exercise, so there's a conflicting thing going on between the belief and behavior.
Exactly. And in fact, Leon Festinger, who
a
is
social psychologist,
quoted as being the person who coined that phrase, cognitive dissonance, says, when dissonance is present, in addition to trying to reduce it, the person will actively avoid situations and information which would likely increase the dissonance. Join us for life stories
and meaningful moments in the community. Hey there, so glad you're here.
Here's a question. Do you have a case of cognitive dissonance?
Cognitive what?
Right. Almost sounds like a disease, doesn't it? But it's not. Right?
We're Doug and Lynn Nodland from SharingLifeLessons.com. Actually, it's a term from psychology.
And it happens when a person has two conflicting beliefs in their mind that don't go together very well.
Yes. Yeah. Like when someone believes that their health is important.
But,
however, they don't eat well and they don't exercise, so there's a conflicting thing going on between the belief and behavior.
Exactly. And in fact, Leon Festinger, who
a
is
social psychologist,
is quoted as being the person who coined that phrase, cognitive dissonance, says, when dissonance is present, in addition to trying to reduce it, the person will actively avoid situations and information which would likely increase the dissonance.
What that means is to avoid conflict in their minds. People actually avoid hearing any information that goes against their beliefs.
Yeah, even if it's true.
Yes.
That can be a problem.
Yes, it can.
And this happens a lot today, I think, with all the social unrest that's happening, and it can cause that issue.
Well, you know, we would want to think that everybody would want to be loving and caring of each other, but there are so many backgrounds and so many different beliefs, and no one seems to know how to really solve it. So it causes cognitive dissonance, some anger, and a lot of stress.
It can happen in relationships, too.
Yes.
You know, you can have somebody who is very kind and loving one minute, and then a day later they're just abusive. And I think, who is this person? It causes that cognitive dissonance.
And it can happen at work, and friendships and families. And then also the thing that one day we're saying school is on, and one day it isn't, and sports are on, sports aren't.
Right.
A lot of that is about the pandemic and how we're all trying to just learn and survive.
Right, exactly. And David Palmer has a quote. He says, I suspect that a lot of the stress we see around us arises from the cognitive dissonance set up by one side of the brain hearing very plausible spin, while the other side knows it just ain't so.
I'll bet you're tired of hearing about all the problems that cognitive dissonance can cause. So let's look at the solution.
Well, everybody gets cognitive dissonance from time to time, so it might be helpful to ask ourselves some questions, such as, how important is it that I resolve the cognitive dissonance that I'm feeling?
What beliefs do I have that are conflicting?
And what beliefs or behaviors do I need to change? It's helpful to distinguish between what you can control and what you can't.
And in our communities and the world, we can be as loving and inclusive as we can. And in health,
it's always good to be informed so that you make good decisions.
And you know, it really boils down to family, friends, and faith. Family and friends can give us wonderful support, and faith is a constant, an anchor that's there. And prayer and meditation can reduce anxiety.
Exactly. And it's always good to have a walk in nature to bring clarity.
Yes.
So what about you? Are you feeling some cognitive dissonance in your life?
And as we try to overcome cognitive dissonance, a mindset of gratitude can help us see all that we can be thankful for now, even in these challenging times.
So true. We'd love to hear your thoughts in this matter. You can contact us at wecare at SharingLifeLessons.com.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.